what's going on? I figured I'd make a quick video on these ultrasonic cleaners from China. This one, the brand is Jesus. Hold on. Ultrasonic Digital Pro Plus ultrasonic cleaner, although I saw on YouTube Vivor basically makes the same one. Somebody opened it up. It was a little bit different inside where the heating element was located in the ground wire. But in general, they're probably all made by the same company in China. These cheaper ones, which is in Guangdong, China. You already know how I feel about that. Anyway, the pan on these is not glued down very well. And if it's one of these smaller ones and it doesn't have a drain, when you go to dump it out the old fluid, if you're not careful, this pan will come out from the base. And that happened to me while I was cleaning up, and it pulled the ceramic heating element off the bottom of the tray, the ground wire out of the grounding component under the tray. And then I made a mistake and I turned it on with the heating element not re-adhered back to the bottom of the tray and burnt out one of these capacitors. Now luckily I had a circuit board here that has had these same capacitors. So what did I do? Did I go to school to learn how to do this? Or have somebody show me? No. I pulled it up on YouTube, watched how to heat up the solder to remove a capacitor or whatever component you're removing from a circuit board. Showed you how to resolder the new capacitor in. And basically anything inside of electronics. So, thanks to YouTube, I now know how to work on circuit boards. Now, that means I can work on any piece of electronic and fix it. Cell phones, laptop computers, you name it. Now that I have a basic understanding of how it's done, I can fix it. That's why YouTube, along with these phones with the camera, so you can take pictures of everything as you're taking it apart, so you can refer to it if you need to, if you forget where something goes, is the greatest thing that ever happened. Because you can basically teach yourself anything. I'm a great visual learner, 1, already, and 2, you pull up whatever it is you want to learn on YouTube. You can teach yourself anything. You want to teach yourself another language? You can do it. You want to learn to write a different language? You can do it. You want to learn how to fix electronics and work on circuit boards? You can do it. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. Outside of primary school, learning how to speak, write, basic math, the basics. I have taught myself more via YouTube than I ever learned from, say, 8th grade up. Okay. I already knew some basic things about small engines, but the expanse of the knowledge on working on engines that I know now compared to before I was watching YouTube is astronomical. Okay. I never thought I would be taking apart and fixing electrical equipment. and electronics and working on circuit boards. So if you use YouTube right, you can expand your horizon so far that it's unbelievable. Free. All you have to do is have the internet. So anyway, here's what I did. Okay, so the board had the one fried capacitor. I soldered in another one. I have a basic soldering iron, and I have solder. So I soldered in the board. And then the adhesive they used on those ceramic heating elements under the board is more of a, it's a real soft, it doesn't get hard, caulk type adhesive. It's probably like an electrical adhesive, they probably call it. I ended up using Honda Bond because it's good for high heat. It won't melt it. Yeah, it just has to cure. And then for the ground wire to pull out of the other one, luckily there was still a little bit, just enough wire left to it that I was able to solder the wires back to the connector, because it was one of those round connectors for the ground wire, which was weird. This is the thermostat off another one. But, you know, the round connector that normally a screw would go through. That went up along the component, and 2 wires came out. And they made contact with that O-shaped connector, and that's your ground. Because it also zapped me. Not bad. I got really zapped bad once, so I know. But I got zapped. So that was fixed. The heating element's back on. Okay, and then one other thing, while I was working on it, I ended up breaking the switch because I had it on its back. The original one, this one, lit up, and it was a 3-prong. Well, I had a few switches laying around, but the rest of them I had were all 2-prong. So what I did was, I opened the original, pulled out that 3rd prong, because these ones are made, a lot of them. That one definitely had it, but you can see where there's a 3rd space for the 3rd prong. The one switch I put in there was already slotted. So I slotted the 3rd prong in, took the one component for it to click on and off. And you hear that click. Now it's fine. Doesn't light up, but who cares? And I marked on off, just so you know. Now, I'm only going to run it for a second because there's no liquid in it, and this is still curing for sure. I just put this on. The heating element, I did that last night, so that's on strong. I already ran it and tested it for a half an hour. Yeah, so I have the temperature set to 50 Celsius. You got the timer, right? Well, it's at 5 minutes for now, but that's the heat. Works. And that will warm up. It's already starting to happen fast. I think it warms up just a little bit slower than it used to because I used Honda Bond over what that original crap was, but it still works fine. So I took the time, I fixed it, saved at least $100, and I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it so much that I like it almost as much as working on machinery, engines. Because, okay, yeah, these are bigger, simpler boards, but the same principle applies to cell phone, laptop computer. They're just smaller boards. So you have to have more precise heating equipment to get to these tiny boards. You know, real precise soldering guns. You probably have to use a magnifying glass to locate, if you don't know what happened to the board, to locate where it failed. But you can fix it all. You can fix any of it. This thing right here, if I had to order it, $2. Didn't even need to. Had one. So now, I'm an electronics technician because I've got the basics down. I know how to, change out a switch, alter the switch so it's correct, work on circuit boards and, you know, hook things back up that fell off. I know how to if like a product, like a angle grinder, the cord fails, instead of trying to, use electric tape to tape it, just open it up, pull the little cord out, take a cord that I may have laying around, a good quality cord, wire in a new cord. So just figured I'd share that because, I think it's neat. Didn't go to school for it, just taught myself. Now I know how to do that. And the next time I need to fix something, electrical, I'll make a video on it. Because, with this, it's nice. You can be inside. You don't have to be outside. It's not loud. You don't get real dirty. Other than don't breathe in the solder and the stuff that you're melting. It's pretty safe. Don't get electrocuted, obviously. But yeah. It went from being dysfunctional and broken to functional again. Now, they say don't use it without water in it, so I'm not turning it on long, but it's just a show. It works. It will heat up. So, there you go. Can add that to the list of how-tos, things that I know how to do. Because you know what it is, too? Once you start fixing things and you learn how to fix things on your own and you know how to fix things on your own, that knowledge pretty much applies across the board. So it doesn't just have to be mechanical. It could be electrical. It could be something else. It's the same thing. You're solving problems. There you go. I figured I'd share that. I'm pretty happy about it. Later.